This episode of Top of the Deck is sponsored by Why Not?
What's going on, guys? This is Mr. J from Team MLB, and today I will be coming at you with my Dark Magician Girl deck profile. This is all my own combos. Some of these combos pretty much work for the entire deck for whoever and how you build it. So I'll just show you how I play the deck, and here we go. So first you want to start off with triple copy of the Chocolate Magician Girl. She is pretty much the bae of the deck. I pretty much use her for a combo to bring out the Dark Magician of Chaos. This is pretty much how that deck runs off of, is getting Dark Magician of Chaos out as fast as possible. Once per turn, you can discard one spellcaster type monster from your hand and draw one card. Once per turn, if this card is targeted for an attack, I can target one spellcaster type monster in my graveyard except another one of her and special summon it to the field. Then the attack of the monster that's attacking the Chocolate Magician Girl will get redirected to the monster that was just summoned, and its attack will become half. Then you want to do 3 copies of the Kiwi Magician Girl. She is pretty much one of the easiest monsters to get out, and pretty much like your hand trap and whatever of the deck. She pretty much can increase the attack of all your magician girls by 300, except for like if you have multiple copies of the Kiwi Girl on the field. It's all different names for her effect. And then I do 3 copies of the Berry Magician Girl. She is pretty much my go-to for her. I pretty much use her to get out my Chocolate Magician Girl and then do all the shenanigans with the Chocolate Magician Girl and everything. So she is pretty cool. Her effect is, if this card is normal summon, I can add one Magician Girl monster from my deck to my hand once per turn during either player's turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this card or targets this card for an attack, you can change this card's battle position, and if I do, I can special summon one Magician Girl monster from my deck except Berry Magician Girl. So pretty much you can get her with Chocolate or Kiwi or pretty much the original Dark Magician Girl. So that's a pretty good combo right there. Then I run 3 copies of the Dark Magician Girl herself because, like usual, she is just one of the easiest monsters to get out in this deck. And then I don't really use her effect too much, but it works going up against those Dark Magician decks now since he's a thing. I run 2 copies of Dark Magician of Chaos himself. He's pretty much my guy that I special summon the most in this deck. I try to get to him as fast as possible using Chocolate Magician Girl or Berry Magician Girl. And then of course his effect is just awesome. 2 Apple Magician Girls. She's basically like the hysteric party of the deck. When she's destroyed, I can special summon 3 other Dark Magician Girls from my graveyard except for her. So I usually get like Chocolate, Berry, and Kiwi or Lemon, who's coming up next. 2 copies of the Lemon Magician Girl. I don't use her a whole lot. I kind of use her mainly just for Chocolate Magician Girl's effect, just to discard. But she does have a pretty good effect. The only thing is I don't want to use her for Demock, because when she special summons a spellcaster type monster from my hand, its effect is negated, so that kind of defeats the purpose of having a Demock out on the field. Summoner Monk, just mainly special summoning monsters. I use him for XZs, he's just kind of just there. And then I run 1 copy of the man himself, Dark Magician, because it's Dark Magician, and why not, because he's got to work with his babe. And then I run 1 Oracle Mahad. I haven't really used his effect a whole lot, but it is pretty cool when you do draw him. You can basically just ditch him and bring out the man himself. And then we'll move on to spells. For spells, I run 2 MSTs, and then I run 2 Pot of Dualities. I used to run 3. I kind of started running into some problems of constantly always drawing the Pot of Duality when I didn't need it. stuff like that. So I just dropped it down to 2 and it works perfectly. Then I run 1 copy of Foolish Burial. I pretty much use this card to basically send D-Mock to the graveyard for the effects of Chocolate Magician Girl or anything like that. And then I run 1 Soul Charge because why not? Might as well bring back as many as my Magician Girls just to off all the other guys who are playing against my Magician deck. And then 1 copy of Dark Burning Attack because why not? It's pretty much the Raigeki for my deck. 1 copy of Eye of Timaeus. I use that basically just to pull out one of my fusion guys, or 2 of my fusion guys, and because, you know, it's just cool. 1 copy of the Dark Magic Veil. I pretty much use this to special summon D-Mock, Dark Magician, any of the Dark Magicians really, but that's just one that I use. 1 copy of Magical Dimension because, hey, why not? You can destroy shit. That's awesome. And then I run 1 copy of the Dark Magic Expand. I haven't really used this card a whole lot, but when I do, it can get me out of a pinch, which is pretty cool. Alright, then for traps, I run double copy of the Dark Renewal, basically, once again, just bringing out D-Mock as much as I possibly can, and that's pretty much what I mainly use it for. You can use it for other things, but that's just how I work it. And then I run 2 copies of Magician's Defense. Not a whole lot of people really run this card, but I do because I run into a lot of decks that do constant damage to the life points. And then plus, what's cool with this is any damage that I take at all is halved, so running into like burn decks and stuff like that, I know Ace of Bats has gotten pretty frustrated with this card a whole lot. I always get the double out and then I pretty much lose like no life points, so it's pretty cool. 1 copy of Call of the Haunted because once again, just getting out D-Mock as fast as possible from the graveyard. Dark Horizon. Dark Horizon is definitely one of my favorite trap cards. Any battle damage I take, I can special summon a spellcaster monster from my deck with an attack equal to or less than the damage I took. So pretty much I can special summon D-Mock or anything in the deck. So this card I don't run into a whole lot because I don't really need it, because I run into enough of my Magician Girls just to get the card, just to get the combo going, but that's another quick way. And then Bottomless Trap Hole because Bottomless Trap Hole. 2 copies of Magician's Circle. I don't really run into this card a whole lot, but when I do, it can help me in a pinch, especially when I'm trying to get like Kiwi or Dark Magician Girl herself out, so those are in there and those help out quite a bit. And then for the extra deck, I run 2 copies of Norito because why not? She helps out and I can pretty much use Norito for getting out or using my Dark Magician Girls and everything, so it's pretty cool. And then she can negate stuff, so that's awesome as well. And then I run 1 Gaga Cowboy because why not? But honestly, with this deck, I don't run into the extra deck a whole lot, but I run 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 Trap Tricks Reflatia because she's just awesome and we all know what she does. So I pretty much basically just ditch the Bottomless Trap Hole whenever I get a chance, and why not? Because she pretty much becomes that card. So. And then I run 1 number 39 Utopia. I have him in right now because I'm in the process of still getting Lightning, but why not? He kind of helps out every now and then, but like I said, I don't really get into the extra deck a whole lot with this deck, so. And then 1 Ebon Illusion Magician. I usually get him out using Norito, and why not? Because he's just freaking cool. And then 1 Downard Magician. I haven't really used her a whole lot, but from the couple of decks that I have seen of the Dark Magician Girl, they use her a whole lot for some shenanigans. I necessarily haven't used her, but yeah, so I put her in there and maybe one day she'll work out. Abyss Dweller because why not? Abyss Dweller because he's just freaking cool. Performa Mage Trapeze Magician. This guy's really good, especially when I combo it with the Magician's Defense. Pretty much when he's on the field, I will pretty much take no damage whatsoever. So that's pretty cool, especially when you're going up against people who like to use a lot of burn cards, and especially the Red Eyes decks. This will pretty much shut down the Red Eyes decks as long as he's out on the field and I've got these. So that's a pretty good combo right there. For the fusions, I run one Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. That's one of the cards that I have for Eye of Timaeus. She's just pretty much really easy to use for me. Once per turn, during either player's turn, I can send one card from my hand to the graveyard, then target a face-up card on the field and destroy it. So pretty much another way for me to get Demock into the graveyard or anything else for the Chocolate Magician Girl and the Berry Magician Girl effects. I run one Dark Paladin. Pretty much, he is going to be just kind of there just to help out just in case, and then another card that is usable for Dark Magician, so he doesn't just kind of sit there and pretty much get destroyed whenever. So he's a pretty good guy. So yeah, so that's it. So yeah, there you go. That was my deck profile for my Dark Magician Girls. That's just how I play. I kind of consider myself a Smash Mouth Yu-Gi-Oh player. Just kind of get up in the face as fast as possible. So that's just how that deck works for me. You could do it however you want. Those are just some suggestions that I got from looking around. Ace of Bats gave me some help, so it's all good. So if you like the video, Joker smack that like button in the face, comment, subscribe to our channel, and see you next week.